What is up, guys? Oh, my camera has moved. Bear with. Boop. There we go. That's a bit better. And we shall shimmy over there. Why am I looking horrifically pale? Oh, it's because the light quality has changed. Bear with. Oh, lovely view of my armpit. I do apologise. There we go. That's a nice warmer light. There we go. I don't look so pasty anymore. Right. Sorry. Bear with 2 seconds. Apologies. Horrifically inappropriate start to a stream. Right. Here we go. Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome in. Hi. We are in AC Evo. Evo, whatever you want to call it. And we're here to see, just give it a go, see how it is, see what we like, see what we don't like. We got some race cars that interests me. We got Brands Hatch, that really interests me. And yeah, we're just gonna have some fun. See if it is worth the hype. So off the bat, we have to always remember that this is very much early access. It is about 5 hours into a live build, 6 hours at this point, I think. So we have to remember that this is still a work in progress, so we're not going to worry about graphical fidelity. We're not going to worry about if there's anything weird or shonky going on, if the menus are laggy, if it's not running at a great frame rate, all that sort of stuff. So like here in the menu, the car's off to the left, and I don't think that's hello. I don't think that's probably intended. We're not going to worry about that. That is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. It's not going to break the game. What we are going to do, test out the force feedback, because that should be at least in a representable position for the game right now, and how the game is going to feel, and how the cars feel, and how the tracks feel. That's the important bit that we're analysing at the moment. We're not worried about all of the other stuff. All of the niceries and the fineries can be added and fixed and tweaked and stuff later on. But the core game is what we are interested in. Yes, that is what we're going to be looking at. So, enough of my rambling. We are going to start where all logical things should start. Single player, because it's the only thing option. We're going to start at Brands Hatch, because we're not going to have it as clear weather, though, because it is Brands Hatch, so we're going to have it at least as overcast. Nice little weather selection menu here. We're not going to go for rain straight away. We're not feeling that strong about our qualities at this point. But we're going to start with overcast, because it is, after all, the UK we live. And we're going to go dynamic. We're going to try and see if what impact that has on the game. And we're going to start with, I'm not too fussed about the road cars. They're never normally one that interests me that much. But if you want to know the quality of the game, drive the MX5 Cup. There is so little to this car that it tells you pretty much everything you could want to know about the sim. It's easy to feel the tyres, it's easy to feel like things like the road, the suspension, weight transfer, all that sort of stuff without having too much power to worry about. Yeah, it's a good way to get a good feeling of the core game, at least in my opinion. And what do I know? I'm just a talking man on the internet. Cool, right, so that is my soapbox / VOD intro done, because we're multitasking. We are going to do a practice session. We're going to do this for about 15 minutes at Brands Hatch. Full start session. Here we go. Hello, Minty. How are we doing? We are in the MX5 Cup Brands. Gloomy Brands, nonetheless. I'll take my feet out of my slippies, because they are very, very chilly this evening. Pop them on pedals. Now, I have gone in, so I'm just going to move some crap out of the way so I've got some elbow space. Bear with. Talk amongst yourselves. Those bloody keys out of the way. Work keys in the fucking way. There we go. Lovely. Hello, mate. How are we doing? How are we diddling? How are we doing? Ugh. Right, so for those who missed my grandstanding, what we are not going to sit here and do is nitpick what the game looks like, because that is still work in progress. That is a whip. We are just going to have a look and see if this thing is fun to drive. If the core fundamentals of the wheel and the pedals and the car are good. Yes, mate, I'm all good. I am good. I am running on a fair bit of caffeine, as you could probably tell. I have a fair bit of pep in my step right now. I don't know where my driver numbers come from. Can I change that here? No, I can't. We're not going to worry about that either. Cool. So, green track, Brands Hatch, full GP, MX5 Cup. Now, I've gone in and made sure everything works. We've got steering, we've got brakes, we've got gears, we've got foot brake. What more do you need? Let me know if it's a bit loud. We have bit limiter as well. I am actually going to turn the game volume down, bear with. Does this control that, or have I got... No, it does not. Okay, cool. Bear with. Do-do-do. Oh no, you're seeing behind the curtain. We want Assetto Corsa. Route that through game. There we go. Quick, back to the game. Cool, so that should adjust the volume for you. What am I working at? 70. Let's bring that down for me because my tiny little ears hurt. Go with that. Right, there we go. Is that a bit better? You alright, Lars? I'll take pin limiter off, that'd be good. Yeah, I haven't gone through and done all the other stuff background. I have done about 3 or 4 laps so far, just to get a feel for it and make sure everything's working, so you guys don't have to sit through the first like hour or so of menu simulator. Right, I'm going to turn you down to my ears again because it's still... Am I actually... Okay, that hasn't done what it was meant to do. Okay, right. Tell you what. For the sake of brevity, we're just going to go into audio and we're just going to kill the crap out of the master volume for now. And I can dick fart around in my audio routing later. There we go. That looks better. Let me know, is that a bit less ear bleedy for you guys? Apologies to anyone in headphones at the moment. Whoa. Let's get the mouse out of the fucking way, shall we? There we go. Oh yeah, because my camera's inverted. Yeah, apologies. It's more visual harmony for being down in that one. That better? Yeah, cool, lovely. Bit less ear bleedy for you now then. Yes, because on everything like in racing games you have to be down in this corner, so it looked a bit weird with me on the inside of the camera. Like I was looking off screen, so I've had to invert it, and yeah, I get what you mean. It probably looks a bit weird to me. I can assure you I'm turning the right direction. Right, so initial feelings, it's feeling fucking good. I can play with it, I know what's going on, I've got road texture. I have fiddled with the force feedback settings a bit because it was very, very overdamped. We've got some little rumbles. It's, yeah, initial out the box. You can see, like, I'm more than confident in pushing this right now. This is why I like the MX5, because it gives you the option to like play with it without having to worry about power. They're able to catch little slides there. It's good they've got it on controller well, because it's going to be a while till it's on console, but it's good that they're starting from a good position there. But yeah, force feedback's nice, it's not grainy, it's not granular. So I've taken out all of the dampening, all of the other... Okay, force feedback doesn't give you skill, just FYI. That bit is, like, skill issues are still a thing. That's cool they've managed to transfer that through the controller. That's quite difficult to do. Oh, pay attention to where you're going. I mean, this is a lovely rendition of Brands. Like, it's very, very nice. Like, I can feel little bits of like tarmacy, bumpily. You know, like the little bits you feel when the. I know this track is like mirror smooth a lot of the time. It's resurfaced very, very often, and but you can still feel like textures in the road and stuff. Well, Lars says it works really well, Shock. So he was having to go on the pad earlier. Again, this is a skill issue, not a game issue. That's what happens when you try and brake while you're turning going through Surtees. Surtees? No, that's not Surtees. Whatever call that is. Better than Forza, so that is high praise. That is right, because Forza is generally regarded as one of the best games on controller. Like, say what you will about its force feedback in-game, like on a wheel. Controller is normally what they nail. It is one of the best games to drive on a pad of any, regardless of sim or arcade. Yeah, this is very much adjust a lot of settings to get the feel you want out of it kind of game. But they're there for you to change. Like, that's the good thing about it. I can go in, like, ideally, if I had more time, I don't really want the wheel in front of me. I haven't bothered to go through and cycle camera modes and change, because I've switched to the closer one, but for where my rig is, I'm effectively like driving with my nose on the fucking windscreen. And it felt really weird because of where I was in relation to the camera in the car. So this is like my preferred distance. How my rig is set up, this feels quite natural. Even if I'm looking a bit up. But it's... I would say it's... you've got the option, like, in places like iRacing and Race Room to, like, adjust pitch and yaw and positions X, Y, Z of the camera height and rotation and roll, and it's really cool. So, like, you can really hone in on what you want it to be. Oh, a little bit of body damage from the cones there. But, as you can see, when I'm actually paying attention to the driving part, I've done 7 laps. And when I'm paying attention, it is intuitive. Like, it feels like driving a car. So I've watched a little bit of people's experiences through the day while I was at work. Obviously excluding the weird updates with half the content missing and all that sort of stuff. And I think we're pretty much, most people are roughly in agreement on this. There seems to be a weird thing with Sims at the moment where I don't even know if it's like just gaming in general, where harder is better. Like, oh, this car's really hard to drive, so that must mean it's really accurate. But they're not. Like, Formula 1 cars are hard to drive quickly. They are hard to drive. MX-5 Cups are not difficult to drive. In the grand scheme of things, GT cars are not difficult to drive. You've got to remember that GT3 is a place for rich people to go and spend their money to go racing. That is what it is there for. It is there for Ferrari and Porsche and Lamborghini and Aston Martins to sell £500,000 race cars to people with £500,000. Zip. Like, they're not difficult. Like, they're just like, you can't just go in and drive and do massively fast lap times, but you don't spin them out. They are relatively intuitive to drive, which is what I think some sims miss out on. But I mean, as you can see, like, this is just, it's just easy. Yeah, I'm slowly working my way up in terms of like complexity. So obviously my main focus in this is race cars, because that's more what I care about in terms of sim. I dabble with the road cars and stuff. We'll have a try of that, see how they feel. And again, I'm expecting them to feel, compared to this, quite soft and wallowy and, you know, floaty, because they're a road car. They're not designed to be thrown around druids at 70 mile an hour or 60 mile an hour, whatever they do. But coming through here at 100 k's, you're not going to be able to do that in a normal road car. On road tyres with road suspension and passenger seats and air conditioning, so that they should feel different. So yeah, I mean, first of all, this just it's feeling fucking great. I know I've gone on a bit of a tirade there, but it's feeling really, really good. As you can tell, I'm quite excited by this, because it's yet another game that we have options to play. Obviously, they've said about some kind of internal mod support shop thing, which would be interesting to see how they navigate around with licenses and all that fun stuff, all that fun thing of money, because everything gets ruined when money's involved, generally. But yeah, like it's feeling fucking great. Like this car, this track, this combination is a winner. I'm going to want to try some front-wheel drive cars. We don't have any touring cars in this, unfortunately. Hopefully they'll come out soon. But you know, we've got some front-wheel drive cars to play with and see how they feel. Can't get in. Bit right there. As you can see, I am seeing odd little chops and things in the frame rate. We're not worried about that. Like, again, this is an early build. This is literally day one. We're on version 0.1.1. It's fine. Like, it is stable. It's fine. I'm able to stream, multi-stream from my PC to YouTube and to Twitch at the same time with good enough frame rate. The game is running smooth enough. Yes, there are little hitches, but I'm also running an AMD graphics card, which is a bit more temperamental. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, fine. Yeah, noted. Cheers, Lars. we won't try that combination. But yeah, as like the core part of the game, it's fantastic. Yeah, I'm not an hashtag not an expert in this. Very much an amateur talking head on the internet, but to me, it's. I mean, I want to try the Mercedes GT2, but it's compared to ACC, leagues, like what? No, it doesn't exist. Like, this is just so much more intuitive to drive. There we go. Sorry, I was reading chat while trying to go through clearways, so that was difficult. Wait, steady. Yeah, like I'm just, as I say, I'm just able to control this car on this track. It's doing exactly what I wanted to do, which is obviously me hampered by the skill issues that I possess. Like, it did. There you go. See previous statement about skill issues. It was a bit fiddly to set up. I did have to invert controls for brakes and throttle, but that's just a computer thing. I have to do that in a number of games. Force feedback, I've had to pare it down a little bit. I'll show you the settings I'm running. They are very, very simple. I'm not sure if these are the best ones, but I like the feeling of it. So it's all like the settings are a bit convoluted to go through, and they're a bit shonky. The UI is a bit shit, but again, work in progress. I'm not worried about that right now. So you go onto your steering. Obviously, I've got my Moza is my wheelbase, along with all my ancillaries. We've also got my CPP lights, which are my pedals. So I've got split controls. So again, a little bit more complicated than what some people may run, but it's handling it fine. So if we go into steering, you then need to go into settings, and these are the ones I've got here. So steering lock is set as standard. I've taken down the gain, so I don't wear out my little wimpy gamer arms. Turned everything else off, apart from the vibrations at 50%, because it was shaking my teeth out if it was 100. Pretty simple. And this is basically to see the raw force feedback of the game, and what it is telling me through the wheel. What do I need to do to control the car? And it's fine. It's good. It's great. You're right, Sergeant, mate. How you doing? Yeah, I don't know what you mean by Forza movement rather than Gran Turismo. Is it just like because Gran Turismo feels a bit like muted and heavy and a bit weird? Like, I always think looking at Gran Turismo, it feels a bit like, I don't know, chunky, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. Oh, why's my computer having issues again? Bloody internet. Apologies if the stream's going a bit shonky. I keep having random internet spikes that like drain the bitrate for some reason. Yeah, I mean, based on this analog, I would say it's definitely worth getting. Apologies, I know you left the message a while ago, but I was having too much fun around Brands Hatch. But yeah, it's like this is. I'm just using the raw data from the game through the wheel, and it's fine. Like, you can go in and adjust this. Obviously, True Force, that's limited to Logitech stuff, so we're not worried about that. Yeah, dampers just like smooth it out a bit for you, but I just want to feel what the game is doing, and it's great. Pretty simple. Right. Yes, I get what you mean. Yeah. So that is probably a good way to describe how watching Gran Turismo works. It feels like everything's rotating around the car rather than the car rotating around everything. Yeah. So it's not like a fixed camera. Yeah, I get what you mean. Right. Well, we have tried the MX5 at Brands, so we shall. Let's me. Okay. We should jump to main menu. We've got a few race cars to try. We're going to start with those first. You're right here, man. How you doing? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm doing this partially from a content creator standpoint. I'm doing this to make content. If it were me as a consumer, I probably wouldn't have bought it right now. I'm not generally an early adopter when it comes to games. I don't generally subscribe to early access stuff. But you know, it's I have anyone you see doing this now is doing it for clout, basically. It's just that's the name of the game. It is what it is. Right, so let us go to Imola, because we do like an Imola. Now, race car wise, I believe we have. Yes, we do. Let's try. A little bit slow for Imola, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's do the blue, black one. There we go. BMW M2. You're right, Adlam. It is amazing. Like, I am loving it. I've done about 8 laps in the MX5 Cup. Amazing. It's so good. It's great. It's great. If this is early access, it should only get better from here. This is going to, I don't want to say disrupt, because Assetto Corsa is still like one of the most popular games at the moment, but you know, it's definitely going to drag people off of other games quite significantly. Obviously a bit more limited because it's not console, so things like Gran Turismo and Forza will still have their niche, but yeah, by the time this gets to console, it's gonna be a thing. Right, so let's try the M2 CS. So I've been doing a fair bit of this in iRacing, so I'm kind of familiar in their version of it. Let us go to. It's nice they've got Brands Hatch as the photo for clear. That's not often that happens. Let us go to 222. Oh, it's actually Brands Hatch for all of them. That's very interesting. If it makes it to consoles, I don't see. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Gran Turismo and for Forza to. It's going to force them to really dig deep and like have to work for stuff. Obviously, I'm not a GT player, but I think this turning up on console, if they can, obviously the problem we got with console is it's just not as powerful as a machine. So it depends how it gets translated into console. But if it's done well and it's a close representation of what we're getting now, there's going to be a lot of people jumping ship, I think. Let's go to, we're in Italy, so we'll go clear. Let's go nice and clear, shall we? So midday Imola in the BMW M2 CS. Again, don't worry about the visuals on it. Early access. I'm running this in medium just for stability purposes. I didn't want to overwork anything and have some weird stuff going on. So we are not worried about that. So not going to worry about settings and stuff for the car. We're just going to get in and drive. Yeah, I mean, I am a touring car boy. Given me any choice of anything, I will be in a touring car more often than not. Sadly missing at the moment. Got quite loud again because of the walls. sound-wise, it's okay. Wouldn't say it's anything like amazing right now. Now this car is a bit tricky to control. Quite a short wheelbase, quite a lot of power. So this is going to be both a skill check and sort of force feedback. How well can I tell what's going on with the car, kind of thing. Oh, that was a hitch. Again, don't worry about that sort of stuff. So it's got the weird BMW short second, long third thing going on with it. Yes, mate. I plan to start doing hopefully some stuff on Forza, like on Sunday evenings and stuff, like a community-based stuff. But at the moment, my schedule is quite unpredictable. I work in the motor trade, and it's about to get very busy. So it is something that I want to do. Oh, it's really good, mate. It's really, really good. So we're on our second car at the moment on Imola. We've just done MX5 at Brands Hatch because, you know, if you've seen any of my content, it's pretty much a perfect combination for me. Second only to touring cars at Brands Hatch. We're now on the M2 CS at Imola. We've turned all the force feedback dressing off, so we just have raw force feedback. And as you can see, skill issues aside, it's giving me everything I want with it. I'm having a lot of fun. It's hard to convey what's going on without me just constantly saying the same thing over and over and over again. But it's this is going to, I think it depending on how the multiplayer works, that's going to be the key thing for this. It's I mean, I could see it taking people off at iRacing and stuff like that, because it just feels a lot more communicative. Like, iRacing is not great in terms of physics, like the time model's a bit shit, but the force feedback's really good. Well, comparatively really good for, obviously, what you're doing with it, and there's a lot of different options and stuff, so it's going to depend on content. Obviously AC usually is more focused as a hybrid car, like enjoyer / racer thing. So I don't know if it'll have the pure motorsport focus that some people will be after for iRacing. It depends obviously how the competitive scene ends up being and all that sort of stuff, but just from a pure feedback standpoint, I mean, I've always said Race Room is my preferred sim. That might be changing, to be honest. Oh, but it's leagues above ACC. ACC is just nothing compared to this. Absolutely nothing. Nowhere close. Same with LFM. That thing, those ones feel numb as anything to me. Like I can't feel what's going on with it. Like, you turn, the wheel gets heavy, suspension loads up, and it's like, that's it. That's all you got. Like, there's no way of sort of working with the car. At least not for me and my brain, anyway. It's just not. Probably won't be in second for that. It's not probably the car for Imola. The gearing's a bit weird, but. Race Room had the Super Tourers. Yes, I'll be doing a bit more with that again shortly, because I love that. That's of content released in 2024. Super Tourers in Race Room was like the best thing for me. It was the content of last year. Let's try to turn the TC down a bit. We're at TC2. It's okay. It has maps. It's fine. I thought I mapped the touring car, the fucking traction control to my dial, but apparently it's not. It is really cool. They are planning a lot for this year as well, so I'm very excited to see what's happening with that. Mostly they're redeveloping the multiplayer side of things, which is what interests me. in like better but more regular online races, hopefully with more people in it, and also integration to LFM as well. And generally, if you put something on LFM, it usually goes pretty well. So. Good thing on Race Room is you can just download it and you can try a couple of bits for free and you don't really have to worry about it. Ew, that's the sand, we don't want to be on there. This TC is very invasive. Probably should try actually turning into the corner at some point, shouldn't we? I don't know what it is with him, but I just can never get that bloody corner right. Have I mapped brake bias? I haven't mapped brake bias. I thought I did. Right, we may see if we can get that working. Although this car may not have transferable brake bias. Yeah, we're gonna. Let's see if we can map the buttons here for TC and ABS and stuff. Right, settings. So this is the race room, not race room, ACC settings simulator. We want Moza base. We want. There, it's all working fine. Scrolly. Lights flash there. Yeah. Brake bias, here we go. So brake bias rear mapped to that one. We want brake bias front mapped to that one. And we want TC mapping. There we go. Traction control setting decrease. We want to that one, and then we want increase to that one. Apply. We heard the whoop. It's good. The whoop means saved. Oh, hello. Right, can I adjust brake bias now? No, I can't. God damn it! TC. I can adjust TC. Cool, let's go TC1. It's been very, very restrictive coming out of the corners. I want to get a bit of slide going if we can. There we go. Can we go TC off? We can go TC0. Right, let's try TC off. Let's try see if I know what I'm doing. I don't, even though I haven't actually touched the throttle. Yeah, infamous last words. Let's see if I know what I'm doing. Immediately crashes. This is why you come here. This is the pro level strats that you don't get anywhere else. So let's try this without any traction control and see how we're feeling in terms of response. Have you ordered directly from Moza, Sergeant? I don't know what TC was on about. There's loads of grip. It's weird it's taken so long then, because they've got them in stock all over. Well, at least here they have anyway. TC0 look bugged, does it? Okay, that would explain why my right foot hasn't caused me to have a crash yet. I thought that was being a bit too generous in terms of ability. Yeah, it still feels like it is doing a little bit of cut. Yeah, there's definitely still some TC there. 15 business days. Damn, son, that's a long time. Especially when you know it's sat there. Well, I mean, that would be something that TC would have kicked in for. I didn't feel it. So maybe it's not bugged. Maybe it's doing something weird, I don't know. A nice little pirouette there, though. Yeah, I mean, obviously they are. They've only released with 20. There's going to be 100 cars, I think it is. Over 20 manufacturers, I think they said, in the final release, without any expansions. And so they're doing some mod store type thing for it. Yeah, don't know how it's going to work with consoles, but that's the plan. Don't know how it's going to work with licenses either. Oh, it's nice to go over those and not actually have the car completely clattered like you do in ACC. Weird, BMW weird gearing. Third feels too long, but second feels too short. That final corner. So one main difference in this versus iRacing is the tyres. Like, you can overwork the tyres if you sit with the spins and stuff that we've done, and then once they are cooled down relatively quickly, you can drive normally. iRacing has got a main thing. But if you overwork the tyres, you've got nothing until they cool down. They just give you absolutely no grip at all for a very, very long time, far longer than they should. And yeah, so if you're overworking the tyres coming through the corner, you overheat them. You come to the next corner, you've got nothing. Like, it was a relatively short progression between the next one, and that can be infuriating. I've lost many the back end of a M2 and a MX5 because carried a little bit too much speed at the top of the hill of VIR. I comes down to the left-hander, pre-roller coaster, and I turn and I just lose the back end completely. That's horrible. Oh, apparently it's quicker. What do I know? Again, another great track. I'm not an expert in this. I don't know the tree count around Imola for instance. It's a long-running joke if anyone remembers. But yeah, it feels like a very, very nice representation to it. It looks like Imola based on what I've seen on F1 and stuff. But as you can see, I'm already confident enough in the car that I can push. I've been in it 10 minutes, just over. Not the best driver in the world, so I wouldn't take my times or lines as any representation in sort of ability of the game or the car or the sim. Mostly just a man with skill issues trying to drive quickly and failing miserably. See there, coming into the corner, went in a little bit too quick, managed to catch it before we got to the other apex as well, because I was able to feel the slide, like there. There's all stuff I can't do in ACC. Like if that was in ACC, I'd have lost the back end coming through the first part of Villeneuve, and that was it. No way of catching it. I wouldn't even known I was spinning until I saw the arse overtake me on the way into the gravel pit. It's nice to be able to use the curves without worrying too much about off tracks as well. Very nice to think about that. Some gamers are like, nope, you must not use that. Race rate for a start is the... Oh god, okay, I'm just going to... It's all about running track limits. Messed up that one completely. Wait. Wasn't able to catch that one. We were going to have an extra bonus lap, but we're not going to get that now. What do we do? 2 minutes. 0.194. Fair enough, happy with that. So yeah, you get, it's already got a lap overrun, which is nice. It's different to Forza as well, but it doesn't let you finish obviously the last lap once the time runs out. Very remarkable start finish line here. Okay. Brum, 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 brum. There we go. Well, that was very fun. Very much enjoyed that car, very much enjoyed that track. Oh. Right, I think next... This is very ACC menu-like, isn't it? Very much sort of post-pre-race menu. You'll just notice here at trackside. Buttons, yeah, it is. Okay. So here's let's have a look from the outside, shall we? Okay, we have this camera, and that's we have that camera. I haven't got anything else mapped. Oh, that's a screenshot. Just taking 2 screenshots. That's good. Yeah. So here's an external view. We'll watch the wheels and tyres bounce around. Nice to me. Looking, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what I'm looking at there, but it looks fine to me. I would give you more views, but I can't remember. I haven't got the buttons mapped, so I can't be bothered to go through and do that. So, I'm more important about it's more important about driving them right now. That's what we want to do. Right, said Fred. What other race cars do we have that we want to play with? We have the Ferrari Challenge. Probably should have done that one at MLO really, shouldn't we? The Ferrari Challenge 488. We have the Porky 911 GT3 Cup RS, or whatever it is. 992 GT3 Cup, there we go, that's the word. We have the MX5 Cup, MX5 Cup we've already done, and the other one is the AMG GT2. So they are our race cars currently. What we might do is, in fact, let's try some nuggety little some hot front wheel drive stuff. We've got the i30N, or we got the GTI. Let's try the Hyundai. Yeah, let's go with Hyundai. We'll go with it in blue. And we shall try this at... Oh. It's a bit slow for that one. We'll save that one, I think. We'll go to... Let's do Suzuka East. Because this is all about sweepy turns. So it's all about front end feel and tyre feel. And let's see what we're like with some slightly less track focused stuff. We'll do Broken Clouds. And we shall start a session. Okay, Lars, cheers. Thanks for coming out, mate. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoy ACC while you play it. I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you everyone who is also in stream as well. If you are here and you are enjoying the content, tickling that little like button will be a massive help for me. It will let the algorithm all upon high know that you're enjoying what we're doing here. So, not going to worry about setup again. We're just going to jump straight in. And let's see how a road-going front-wheel drive car feels. Let's try it without speed in the pit lane. Not that it really matters. immediately the audio is a lot more muted. But we've got lift off oversteer, boys. We have that. We've got a little bit of torque steer. So if I'm shifting up, like flat shifting, I can feel it. Definitely got some understeer, which is what you want, like some on-power understeer. I can feel where it starts to scrub. If I go there, scrubbing, fine. Civic, no, there is a Honda NSX, I believe. I don't think there's a Civic. I may be wrong though. I mean, this is Korean. It's close enough. It's Asian. That counts. Having a minor shunt. Ignore that. I don't believe we've got like damage in the game as yet. I've not seen any settings about it to enable it, and I've not seen any damage after I've had a acute attack of skill issue. So you can definitely feel it's a road car. Like the steering is a lot lighter, a lot less responsive. You can feel a lot more body roll. The steering's a lot more sort of bouncy, I guess. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like you can feel the weight transfer more every time you turn the wheel, because of obviously the softer springs and more heavy weight and things like that. If I had the space, I would definitely get the H-power shifter. Currently, I haven't got space for one without like undoing my handbrake and my sequential every time I wanted to use it, which is far too much ball ache for me to warrant doing that. But if I had the space, I would definitely have a H-power shifter. I would also need a clutch pedal first, because I also don't have one of those. For the same reason I don't have a H-power. So one would beget the other. So this is feeling a lot more, I don't want to say like Forza-like, in terms of using road cars. It's my only real experience of using them, because say iRacing's all race cars and ACC's all race cars and Race Room is all race cars and things like that. So but you can definitely feel the difference between this and even the MX-5 car. Like a similarly horse-powered car. Obviously we're on road tyres, not slicks, so that immediately means you lose a lot of grip, like a lot of grip. The brakes are road brakes, road suspension. You can see the body roll a bit more, you can feel it through the wheel a bit more. The wheel is just not as accurate, it's not as acute, it doesn't feel as like pointy as the MX-5 or the M2 did. So there is definitely a degree of variance between, obviously we've gone from two quite big polar opposites, an M2 CS, like moderate race car, but a race car nonetheless. It's on slicks, it's been stripped out and all that sort of stuff, it's been race prepped, to a hot hatch Hyundai N30 or i30N, which is not a slouch in the real world. Yeah, I think the problem with Logitech is they've taken so long just to give you a handbrake slash shifter that's a sequential. It's just that I wanted to like the Logitech stuff because I had the G923 rather, before I got the Moza stuff, but I just couldn't warrant the price of the Logitech stuff and the lack of available options in the ecosystem, basically, and their sort of propensity of not wanting to rush anything. So it's And obviously PC I can mix and match. I kind of like trying to keep the amount of software I have running in the background to a minimum. I don't really like running lots of different background software. Like all of my peripherals are Logitech because I don't want to have Logitech and Corsair and SteelSeries management stuff all sapping a little bit of CPU running in the background. So I think True Force is going to be someone else because this has True Force capabilities, which is obviously Logitech's proprietary, like extra super secret source for force feedback. So if you do have a G Pro or a 920 or a 929 or a 923, you have that little extra sort of secret saucy bit to play with, which I have used in ACC back on my 923. Unfortunately, the 923 is not been a gear system. It's not the greatest of fidelity machine, so it just made everything a bit louder in terms of the gears and just the noise it made. But yeah, that would be interesting. Obviously, I'm nowhere near big enough where I'm going to get a demo model or anything like that. Not going to bother. But yeah, it will be interesting to see if now there is AC coming out with True Force on it, what secret sauce that's going to add to the mix as well. Too much. Right, yeah, I mean, not much more for me to learn in the Hyundai. It feels like a quick road car. Like, it is a lot less responsive, a lot trying to think of the way to describe it without like being insulting, because it's not bad, it's just different. Yeah, it feels like you would expect a quick road car to be, like if you've ever driven briskly down an A road in the UK, for instance, in an Hyundai i30M. You're getting the bits I would expect to feel through. Like I can feel the car rolling a bit more than the other cars did. I can feel it pitching forward more on the brakes. I can feel it not being as responsive when you're trying to trail brake, because obviously it's a road car. So yeah, I think it's a good representation of it. Interesting to see the brake bias is at 81%. Just noticed that. Yeah, especially if you're on console compatibility as well. That's obviously I haven't got to worry about that, so I can pick and choose and do whatever I want with it. But yeah, for console, probably is comparable, if not beats things like the Fanatec in terms of, well, it would beat the DD Fanatec for Xbox. It's a very, very large price for a console. What was predominantly when it was launched, a console-based wheel, because it was like PC has got so many other options. I don't know why you would pick it over that. If you're on a console, obviously at Xbox it was the only DVD wheel you had, but it was a lot of money to warrant getting it. But yeah, I mean it's a good product. Obviously it seems to be focused on a bit more now from Logitech, which is good. Hopefully we won't have to wait another 18 months to 2 years for the next peripheral to be added to the back catalogue. But yeah, it will be interesting ACC with True Force. I would like to feel what that feels like. I've not tried it with the direct drive, so that'd be interesting. Oh, apologies, I appear to be working up and sweat. I'm getting a bit shiny. Oh. So, that was a brief foray into road cars. This is very warm in this room. Ah, yes, was that a ask for forgiveness rather than permission type maneuver? I'm aware of those. Or then, no. So I got it on a deal, love. I did pay that much for it. Right, should we bite the bullet and should we do some Mount Panorama? And should we do it in something silly? Do I want to do it in the Porsche Cup? Probably not. Oh, let's check, see if we do have the Civic. Do we have a Civic? No, we've got S2000s. So we don't even actually have... I thought we had the NSX, but apparently I'm a big fat liar. Apologies for that. What low tie do we have? Mirrors. Okay. shall we try an performance road car and see how that feels? Should we try an Ferrari? Let's try an Ferrari and see how the 299 GTB feels, or 296 GTB rather. We won't do that amount of panorama though. That's a recipe for disaster. That. Do it Laguna. Let's go Laguna. Clear, dynamic, back. Oh dear. There we go. I have not. I saw you reacted to it, but I have not seen it myself. Is it looking good? Is this update 2 in the 2024/5 season pass thing? I don't know if that'll work on console because it would depend how it interacts. Because what you'd have is the wheel obviously has got a pin and pad situation. So the wheel's got my one. The wheel has like pins in an array, and then the wheelbase has got a set of pads that the pins touch to communicate with the wheels and the buttons and things. You'll be able to plug in whatever wheel you want and turn left and right with it because that's just obviously you're just using that to interact with the shaft. But you won't be able to use the buttons without running generally a separate USB directly to the machine. So that might be the bit that you would struggle with, unless you go in and wire some weird adapter things, which depends how adept you are with the soldering line. But I imagine out of the box you'll be able to use it as a wheel. Like you could just plug in anything, like if you want to get a car wheel with no buttons on it, you could plug it into that and you just use it as a left and right machine. That'd be fine. Oh, the massive jump. Is that the one with was it Air Japan with Taka? Is it that one? Because that would be cool if it's got that Portugal in it. I'm not the biggest of rally fans in terms of like a watching rally thing. I enjoy doing rally. I'm not one to sit and watch rally generally. Not against it. It's just not my bag to sit and watch. I'll happily watch clips of it, happily watch highlights of it, but I never catch it online and never sort of see it in the flesh as such. Right. And Ferrari at Laguna. Let's see what a performance road car feels like. Do I have a pit limiter in here? I do have a pit limiter in here. Oh yes, hello Mr. Twitchbot. Thank you very much. How you doing? Interesting, the 298 GTB and 296 GTB comes with a pit limiter. Oh, this thing is fast, boys. We're just going to jump straight off the pit lane because I'm not worried about it. Oh, listen to that ABS scrambling. This feels a lot of fun. Skill issue happening. Sound effects could do a bit of work there, but we're not worried about it. It's early access, so those sort of things are fine. Too much. Wall. Perfectly parked. There we go. Right. So, appears to be a relatively new scan because I've not seen that tarmac on the right on any other racing game. Right. Need to remember this is a road car with road tyres and road brakes. Probably the least vertical version of corkscrew that I've witnessed. Extra tarmac on the off the racing line there, which isn't normally in other games. Stop using the brake markers for actual like race cars. Okay, right. Let's see what we can do. Crash. That's what we can do. But crashing is commenced. Now we're finals line. Just had a minor off. Right. Right, okay, let me see if... I want to test something here now. After that massive incident we just had. Right, for a minute there, it felt like I had flat spots. I don't think I do, because it should be going which it isn't. So things like Race Room have got flat spots on them. So if you have a massive incident like that, the tyre, you'll, like it says, you have a flat spot on it and you'll hear it go, because it's obviously, every time the tyre rotates, you're going round, flap it, round, flap it, round, flap it, and every time it does the flat bit, it makes a, that you feel it through your wheel. So, I haven't got that in the game yet. That's thumb protection, that, because this game will probably rip my thumbs out if I'm not careful. As we are going quicker, you're noticing more and more skill issues appearing. I've got flashing bodywork, so it's indicating that we have damage to the bodywork. I don't know if that actually affects anything. Right, treat this more like a bloody road car, are you full? Much better. No. Okay. Again, forgot the brake car. I don't think it'll get to that point. Oh, dynamic weather has brought us rain in the middle of Los Angeles. Girl, remember this is early access. We're on 0.1.1 of the game. It is 7 months minimum away from launch. Do not worry about sounds and graphics. That is not what you should be looking at this time. We are analysing the core gameplay of the game. How does it feel? How is the force feedback? How is it interacting with the tyres? How is it interacting with the tarmac? And that is the stuff that generally won't change. All the other little bits of finery are fine. I'm running this on medium, everything, for stability purposes, because it's a very early build. I'm not worried about the graphics. I am not worried about the sound. I'm not really worried about stability at this point. I just want to know, how does it feel to drive? The rest of that is tinsel. The rest of that does not matter. That could be fixed over time. I am more interested in a good feeling sim than a pretty sim or a good sounding sim. I don't worry about that at all. If you do, that is perfectly fine. But you do need to remember, this is 0.1.1 patch B, because they've now put the rest of the cars in the game. But it's not a finished product. You cannot compare this to a finished product, because it is not one. This is very much a simulator. This is a way more of a simulator than ACC is. Way more of a sim. Wipers. I have a wiper. Button wipers. Button for wipers. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Shit, I didn't have the button for wipers. God damn it. Saying Assetto Corsa is not a sim is like saying Call of Duty is not a first-person shooter. Wipers. We want Moza R12 base. We want D. I was pretty sure I mapped these, but I might be wrong. Probably am wrong. I usually am. Wipers. Here we go. Wiper cycle 1. Nope, that's cycle 2. We don't want that. Wiper cycle 1. Let us put you on that one. No, there. I've got a button that says fucking wipers on my bloody thing. Settings. No, that one. Properties. Clear binder. Confirm clear. That one. Wiper button. Lovely. Wipers. Oh, we've got to go backwards. Off. Like a crackhead. Slightly less. Slightly less. Off. What do you mean? There's no game is a sim? Mate, they're all fucking games. Every single thing you choose to play on your computer is a game. What are you talking about? They're all games. There is no simulators. Like, I mean, if you want to go to that point, anything you don't play unless you're a Formula 1 team sat with a multi-million-pound machine, that's a simulator. If you're sat on your computer doing anything, this is a game. Like, it's a game that simulates driving. Apparently I've turned my headlights off. I don't know when I did that. Apparently I mapped that button. See if we can actually pilot this Ferrari like a normal human being and not crash everything else. I mean, every game simulates something. Like, it depends if you're questioning about fidelity. Like, no, every sim is a game. Like, if you want to call it a sim, then that's fine. But you're arguing semantics. There is a massive problem in the racing community about people people one true kicking. My simulator is best simulator because, and they're all flawed in their own beautiful way. My flaw is I cannot drive this fucking Ferrari. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is why I don't have 930,000 subscribers like Jimmy does, because he actually knows what he's doing. Well, I mean, it depends what you like. Again, we're just arguing semantics at this point. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's such a dumb argument. Like, you're a simulator. Like, okay. Like, whatever, fine. If you don't think it's a sim, okay, it doesn't. Like, if you want to talk the pure concept of the word, that was a weird mind shift. Again, we're going to excuse that. I think I see it going to, oh, I'm now wet. So we've loaded the wet textures onto the road. That was a bit weird. Yeah, I mean, if you've got, like, simulators by way of, like, as I say, if you're a Formula 1 team and you count that as a sim, or if you're Palmer and you're developing the new Dallara and you've got the fucking 15-way 17 actuator thing that you're developing a new chassis in, yes, that is a simulator. You're not playing a game on it. But at that point, like, iRacing is a game. Race Room is a game. This is a game. Forza is a game. It's a piece of software developed to be used at home on a machine that you own. And it's just, yeah, it's such a dumb argument. I mean, that means absolutely fucking nothing. All that matters, do you enjoy it? Yeah, cool. Then what the fuck does it matter what it is? Yeah, I mean, it depends where you get your fun out of it. If your fun is triggering people, yeah, it's fucking hilarious. But it's just like, it's such an asinine thing to even worry about, really. No, it isn't asinine to worry about. It's fucking actually having skills and being able to control a car in the wet and like get the fucking thing stopped and turned. I'd like to point out this is a me issue and not a car issue. It's all a me issue. The game's fine. The game's great. It's great telling me everything I want it to tell me. I can feel when I'm sliding up, I can feel when I'm locking up, I can feel when I'm over-rotating, I can feel when I'm under-rotating. What I can't do is use that to drive quickly because I'm an imbecile. See, case in point. I'm done making myself look like an idiot now. We've seen performance vehicles. We're going to go and try it. Oh god, hello Will. Yes, return to main menu. It's not, I don't think. I was very poorly driving it for about 10 minutes, and it went from wettrack.pdf to went from drytrack.pdf to wettrack.pdf. Cheers, Adlan, mate. Thanks for stopping in. Click the old likey button if you haven't on the way out. That would be muchly appreciated. But thank you for stopping by. So we've learned that this game does not flatter me. Do we try the Porky? I think we do. It's about time we try the Porsche Cup, isn't it? It's about time. We'll do this properly. Where's the one with a base variant? That's what we want. This is the one with no ABS and no traction control. And are we going to be a full like sadist? I think we are. We're not going to put dynamic weather on. I'm going to keep this very much clear and static because fuck that for a laugh. Oh, to me, mate, it already is amazing. Like, the bit that I'm interested in right now, the feel of the game, is great. Like, if this is where we're starting and everything else is just a nicery, like more cars, more tracks, more stuff, I would like the option to turn off ray tracing stuff because they've got global display illumination and stuff already baked in. I would rather have the option to turn that off. Don't know if it's going to let me at some point, but I'm on an AMD card, ray tracing not its strong point. Obviously my focus is on streaming and making content, where ray tracing is a very big resource drain. So hopefully they'll able to do that. I'm more than happy to have the game be purely rasterized and not look as good. For more performance. I much prefer performance over looks. So yeah, if this is where we're starting, it's great. I'm not a VR enjoyer. I get horrifically bad motion sickness, so I will take your word for that. It's not in my wheelhouse, to use a very appropriate phrase. Right, let's go and crash a Porsche over the mountain, shall we? Very nice interior. Again, I probably should change camera because I don't really want to see my own wheel. It's not usually how I like driving. Steering ratio's a little bit off as well, but we'll worry about that later. Again, we're not worried about having this perfectly set up. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. I'll speed him. Hey, steady Porsche. But yeah, the core fundamentals of tyre physics, tyre warm-up, tyres overheating and coming back in the window, force feedback, what I'm getting through the wheel, feel of the car moving under braking, suspension, compression, all that sort of stuff. Just feeling great. Oh, well, that crash happened a bit earlier than normal. A bit earlier than I expected it. Well, okay, that's a lot. Yeah. Okay. We're going to be moving some of that brake bias back because that is a very, very easy lock. I can't. Why is my brake bias still not moving? Oh, it is. It's just being very temperamental. Oh, is it doing it 0.1? Right, okay, so I've got to do a lot of clicks to get a little bit to go back. Right, okay, fine. So every 10 clicks moves it back 1%. Okay, that's very... they need to improve the UI for that. Now I understand it, it's fine, but when you twist it and nothing pops up, nothing shows you anything, like in the inbuilt UI, it's a bit disconcerting. Waft. I haven't felt flat spots in it. I thought I did earlier, but I don't know yet. I need more gears. Much better. A lot less locking in the fronts now. Yeah, much better with a bit more rear bias. That's good. God, the Porsche Cup is very much a difficult car to drive. So it's indicating body damage. I don't think that actually leads to anything though. See if we can get it stopped this time. A little bit of a lock up. God, how do you ever stop this bloody thing? Every time I look at the brake, it fucking locks. Yeah, definitely no flat spots. The amount I'm locking up with Porsche. We'll go through and we'll say that's why I decided to use the one without ABS, to see if we can test for flat spots. But I will be driving on a 50 pence piece at this point. Try this again. Right, we did lock up through turn 1, so that's a good start. It's fine. Oh, that's close. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. I need to have a look at my alerts because I should be getting alerts on people subscribers and they're just not popping in. Big accident. Big accident. Ow. Still happening. That was a big accident. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, that one was that one was out for blood that time. It was a bit vicious, that. Okay, that was a good corner for once. I've got a mouse out. Let's get that one. Too much. Oh, nice big stick, a nice big stutter there. Right, again, this is all a skill issue because this Porsche is very difficult to drive. I'm not very good at it. It locks up at the drop of a hat, this one. Maybe I should have picked the one that had ABS and TC. Woofed. Okay. Just may not know how wide the car is. This is giving me my wrists a fair old bash on this one. Yeah, I mean, I'm still, even with like my skill issues, this is still just, once it's working, it's a joy to drive. Like, it feels amazing. If I wasn't suffering with such major skill issues, and what's nice is like you lock up and as soon as you like release off the brakes, the grip comes back, which is what should happen. Not like in some races where you lock up and then you've got good 2-3 seconds before the tyres grip up again. Right? It's yeah. So I think they need to add flat spot, but again that might be something they can add after the fact. Okay, I'm done crashing into walls now. It's a tough car at a tough track. Not really the smartest of ideas, I don't think. Main menu. What we'll do, let's switch it, because I'm enjoying the car, just not the lack of ABS. So let's try the ABS version. ABS variant, that's the one we want. And let's go to, we haven't done Suzuka GP yet, have we? So let's go with that one. Alright, go. Again, not going to worry about anything really in terms of setup. I'm going to roll back some of that brake bias There we go. Right, so Suzuka. We're doing the full circuit this time. Obviously, we did East earlier with the Hyundai. Doing the full circuit. No TC, but we have got ABS because that's a learning curve I don't want to deal with right now. So what this does have, that every Porsche should have, is on-throttle understeer, because of where the weight is. I didn't really feel anything through that cable. That's interesting. So I don't know if I'm going to have a corner long enough to see, but... So each Porsche is basically... What you should have when you're on throttle is the nose should go light because of where the engine is, obviously. So when you go on throttle, generally you get run steer like you drive a touring car, and this does it very progressively, very noticeable, which is very nice. Like, see, I've just got understeer for all of that because I was at full throttle. And we don't have a lot of front aero. So these are things that you, when driving a quick Porsche, you need to pay attention to. So you can tune it out a little bit, but it is an inherent thing with the car. That's something you have to factor in. And I really wish these monitors would stay in the bloody ear. Right, 140R or 130R, I forget which one it is. Okay, right, let's try a lap at anger. So you definitely need to go in and tune this car because it's very understeer on power. Which, while it being a Porsche trait, you can adjust in the tune, but it's being very on power understeering right now. I don't know, to be honest, mate. It'll probably have some extent of it in the aero system. Depends how severe it is. It's I don't know, it's probably something you might have as like a little spring thing, as like a little extra bit of depth, but it may not be something obviously that is at the forefront of. So you go, oh shit, yeah, I'm getting a load of air while I wash off of that. I think. Right, well this hasn't been the greatest of starts. We were doing alright the last lap until I sort of lost it a little bit. bit too aggressive coming through the Degners. See there, it's cut out on me. I was able to compose the car and get it back under control, like a normal person would with the car. It didn't just spit out arbitrarily. I didn't realise way past the point of being able to catch it. This is the bit that, as I say, it's really excelling at, is just the understanding of what is going on beneath me. As such, like, obviously I'm not in the car, but horrific lines there. We're not, again, allowing the skill issues involved. Just looking at a pure gameplay standpoint. Why's my mouse back over there? Oh, it's because that's where races isn't it? Trail braking nice. Well, my attempts at trail braking are going as well as my attempts at trail braking go anywhere. So yeah, I'll obviously give that a go when it comes out. It's not really my jam, not really my bread and butter type thing that I'm interested in, but I'll definitely give it a go. It's intriguing. It might be something I dabble around in. Certainly a cool game mode. Obviously linked with the Nürburgring is an extra level of sort of depth that might attract me a bit more, but obviously it's more linked around like road cars, which are less of a draw for me, and the more the social aspect, which is less of a draw for me. I'm very much I want to go racing, let's go do some races somewhere kind of thing. So it's going to be something that obviously I'll keep an eye on and I'll dabble in. It may not be something that really sort of leads my pencil. So it's nice they've got the widened exit there for the hairpin. Don't see that in a lot of games. Drop to 5th, I don't know. That's a reasonably solid lap. About 209. Okay, take 209. Asking way too much of the front tyres. It is red hot. What happens if we hold it in understeer for a long period of time? So if we just... well, it's spinning it, but... I can't... well, I can a bit through the wheel, but I'm also... the pedals I've got have actuators on them, which, now you mention it, I've realised aren't actuating. But that's because it's going to be early access and it's probably not putting out the code my pedals are expecting to receive. I can feel pulsing through the wheel, so I can feel when ABS is active. It's very subtle, but it's what you would get through the wheel to an extent. To know that it's active, you'll be able to feel mostly the front tyres. sort of braking and obviously releasing in very quick succession. But yeah, it's a mixture of probably a subtle, I think it's a mixture of a subtle bit through the wheel, so feeling the very faintest of vibrations. Oh, nice stutter. But also audio as well, like you can hear the tyres brake release, brake release, brake release, brake release. Like you can hear it going dig 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 dig. And both of those combined let you know that obviously you're in ABS. But I've become a bit complacent because I've got haptic motors on my pedals that tell me when I'm in ABS and when I'm losing traction. So I'm not surprised they aren't running. It's as allowed for a day one. So. Yeah, Forza's is a lot more subtle. So much understeer. Yeah, it's very, very faint pulsing through the wheel. When the ABS, when you're like deep in the ABS, it's very, very faint, but I can feel it. I've been able to sort of intuit up until this point. Not since you mentioned it, I've actually started like paying attention to what it is I'm feeling, but I've been getting a sense of, oh, I'm in ABS as I'm going through it. So. One more lap. Having a lot of fun with this Porsche Suzuka, to be honest. Too quick. Right, final lap. Let's see if we can beat 209. Good start, about a 10th up. Lost a little bit through Degnas. A lot of time there, through the corner, a little bit slower on exit though. See how well we get through Spoon. Not well at all. Alright then, well that puts an end to that. All right, yeah, mate. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it, mate. All right. So, let's see what else have we got that interests me here. So, car-wise, is there anything that... So, the scrolling is kind of bad at the moment, just FYI. For the 480 Evo Challenge... Oh, we haven't done the Merc GT2. Let's try the Merc GT2. And let's go back to... where should we do the Merc GT2? Let's go back from whence we came. Let's go back to brands. And then I think we'll make this the last one for the evening, guys. So, obviously not going anywhere yet, but I think we'll make this our last combination. That's a lot of front bias. Let's try and rein some of that back. That's TC. That is back bias. Is that one? Is that okay? We can only go to 65% front. That's the lowest stable. Okay, fine. All right, whatever. Let's try TC0 and see what happens. Hopefully it'll crash into the... Okay, that's what happens. This one's quite a leery beast. Sounds pretty good, this one. Oofed. This is definitely an elbow smasher, this one. With this chest of drawers here by my elbow, it's going to be a job not to twat myself in the elbow a lot of times. Yeah, this thing is an beast of a car, which is why there's one version where this is beast on the side of it. Right, way too quick into there. Okay, hopefully they do something with that, because that that did kind of tweak my wrist a little bit there. Right. Okay, we might be just putting the TC on it, isn't it? Can one has an unpoquito amount of traction control for us? There we go. That's better. Line for here. There are many like it, but that one is mine, and it's wrong. Starter. Again, to reiterate, we're not worried about starters. That's a compatibility issue that will be sorted by release. with the TC on, we are less inclined to have an sporadic unaliving of ourselves. So let's try an aggressive lap here with the GT2, see what we can do. This is closest to like the GT3s you're going to get in the game at the moment. Let's grab that's not the line. Yeah, off track there. Again, this is all without going in and fiddling with any setups or anything we're trying to see here as well. So I'm sure you could fix a lot of these skill issue problems I'm having by going in and fettling with things, but that's not what I'm here to test today. Making up our own bloody version of Brands Hatch at this rate. Even with traction control, skill issues are... I'm not immune to them, let's put it that way. Oh dear. That's a big old yawn, that one. Apologies, long day at work. And we did come in very hot to the stream. I was hyped coming into this one. I think I am quite tired because skill issues are becoming more apparent. Right, guys. Well, in summary, how are we feeling about AC Evo? Oh, Evo? How are we feeling about AC Evo? Let's see. I am feeling loudly confident. Loudly confident in AC Evo. It feels amazing. The core part of it... Just gonna shut up. The core part of the game, the feeling through the wheel, and the ability to understand what's happening, it is fantastic, in my opinion. Obviously, your opinions may vary. For me, I love it. It's great. It's very quickly, like, if this continues on this trajectory, this could be the one. I'm worried about putting any more money into any form of like iRacing content. Let's put it that way, buying tracks and cars and things like that. So, yeah, it is. I'm very happy with it. I am very excited for it. I'm even more excited now than I was before. There's a few key things we need to keep track of. Obviously, with tracks and stuff are coming. We've got Fuji next. They've already told that in the roadmap when you open the game. They're telling you they've got a couple more, I think 5 more cars coming in the update, and Fuji. Obviously, we've mostly focused on race cars this time. That's where my interest is more. But obviously, this being AC, it will be for the casual car enjoyers as well. Not necessarily just the sweaty racers like me. So, yeah. Very, very pleased. Very excited. We just need to see what the multiplayer aspect of things is, where it makes or breaks it, because Kunos have not really done much in that regard. They've kind of outsourced it to most people, with private lobbies for AC and things like LFM for ACC. So that could be the game's undoing, but hopefully we see something with the level of iRacing's competitiveness to it, like multiple lobbies running multiple times a day with multiple people in it for some good racing, and some form of iRating, IR, ELO type scoring system, along with a safety system that actually filters multiplayer properly. If we get all that, they're on for a winner. If we don't get the multiplayer stuff, it will still be a great game, but it will slip back to where like AC is, where it's going to be much more reliant on the community to make it what it should be, developer. But that's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on this stream here. I hope you enjoyed it. Click a like button on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't and you enjoyed my inane rambling and crashing this evening. But we're not going to have a long exit this time. I'm just going to say thank you very much for joining, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.